Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Mr. D's Tech News and Reviews. So it's finally here. I got the DJI Mavic Pro and I'm going to be doing an in-depth review. So, first of all, let's check out what you can expect in the box once you buy one of these. First off, you have the power dock that has two USB ports and the port for the smart battery. Next is the power cable, the cable to charge the controller, the cable to connect to your phone to the controller, a set of extra propellers, the user guides, the RC controller for the Mavic, and finally you have the DJI Mavic Pro itself in all of its badass glory. Oh, and DJI made sure to put a pack of silica gel in the box as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the Mavic. It measures 83mm by 83mm by 198mm when folded up and only weighs 743 kilograms. Meaning, as you already know, this is a very small, lightweight, and overall portable drone. Setting it up is super easy and fast, since the propellers do not have to be removed in between flying sessions. And I'll show you how fast it is to get it ready to fly from the folded position. See? Now, before I continue with my review on the Mavic Pro, I wanted to give you guys an idea of the many features on this drone. It's an extremely portable drone with a 4K camera that is stabilized by DJI's 3-axis gimbal, which transmits to your phone at 720p or 1080p and even live streams to Facebook. Up to 27 minutes of flight time, a max range of 4.3 miles, a max speed of 40 miles per hour, a front collision avoidance system. It has a return to home system for when you're running out of battery or out of signal range. It can follow you using the camera. It uses GPS and GLONASS positioning to maintain position and stay steady. You can use both RC signal as well as Wi-Fi so that it can be controlled by your phone, albeit at a much shorter distance. And many other options like tripod mode, where it'll slow down its movements to gain extra stability to help you get great shots. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. The smart battery is removable and has a total capacity of 3,830 milliamp hours. The power button on the top, once pressed, will light up the 4 LED indicators on the top to let you know how it's doing on charge. And on the side, you have 2 buttons that allow for quick release from the Mavic Pro. I found that it took about an hour to charge it up. Next up is the controller. Once opened up, you can put a phone that is up to 160mm long. The controller has a 2,970 mAh battery and has a long range of communication with the Mavic thanks to its OcuSync transmission tech operating at 2.4 GHz. There's a few buttons to check out on the controller. You have the power button, the return to home button, the LCD display, the 5D button that allows you to switch between different modes and allows you to turn the camera from landscape to portrait mode, the pause button, the control joysticks, and on the left side you have the port for the cable that attaches to your phone. On the other side, you have the button that's used to toggle sport mode on and off. On the top of the controller, you have 2 foldable antennas, the camera button to take photos. Below that is a wheel that allows you to change the exposure. On the other side is the record button to shoot video, and below the record button is a wheel that can be used to turn the gimbal. And on the bottom, you have 2 buttons that can be assigned to a specific function. These are the C1 and C2 buttons. The way DJI set it up this time around, you'll get the most important notifications from the LCD display on the controller. Information such as speed, altitude, battery on the drone and controller, how many GPS satellites you're connected to, signal strength, and SD card status. And the controller took about 2 hours to charge up. Now, all of this seems pretty great, but I'm pretty sure you're considering getting the DJI Mavic Pro for filmmaking. And let me tell you, they did a great job on the Mavic, just like they did before on the Phantom 4. At first glance, you see the camera and it's hard to believe that a camera this small has the specs it has. It has a 1/2.3 inch sensor that captures 12.3 megapixel photos. and allows you to shoot said photos in both JPEG and RAW or DNG format. You can take photos in landscape as well as portrait, which is the same mode it'll switch to when taking panorama photos. When it comes to video, you'll be able to shoot in cinematic 4K at 24 frames per second, or ultra high definition at up to 30 frames per second. At 1080p, you'll be able to shoot at 96 frames per second, which is less than the 120 frames per second found on the Phantom 4, but great nonetheless. All of which are recorded at a 60 megabit per second bitrate, just like that of the Phantom 4. Another difference between the Phantom 4 and the Mavic Pro is the field of view. On the Phantom 4 it was wider, meaning that on the Mavic you will have to get a little bit further to get the same shot. Again, not a deal breaker though. Finally, this time around DJI added variable focus to the Mavic camera, allowing you to switch while in the air, which is something to keep in mind when doing a shoot because otherwise you might end up with an image that looks soft or out of focus. Now, I wanted to show you guys all of the different automatic modes that the DJI Mavic has to offer, like trace and spotlight, as well as the accuracy of the return to home feature, and show you the video quality. But the weather hasn't been the best lately, so I have to make a second part to this video. But I will leave you guys with some night footage so you can see how the Mavic fares with darkness. None of the footage has been color graded and was for the most part in fully automatic settings. Pretty impressive if you ask me. I hope you guys enjoyed this first part of my review on the DJI Mavic. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to catch the next part. See you next time.